Hi, I'm Melissa, and this is the Book Break. And today I'm going to be joined by Tara Teaspoon while we talk about her awesome debut cooking book. All right, let's bring her in. Hi, Tara.
Hi, Melissa. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, you bet. I love your book. So it's Live Life Deliciously. And this is such a fun book because I think this gives us, for those that they're busy and they just need something easy, but also for those that want to have beautiful looking food too.
Absolutely. This book is definitely recipes that I've collected over the years, being a professional food editor and a home cook. So it's everything, something for the foodies out there and something for the beginners.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know for myself, I kind of need something easy most of the time. But for the holidays, I like to think about food. And coming up, we're going with New Year's resolutions. We might be having some New Year's parties, maybe. But you've got some really cool snacks in this book that I thought were beautiful and they look pretty easy. So I want to show one of your snack recipes just because I think it's pretty fun. So we'll go ahead and bring up a snack recipe. And tell me a little bit about this one.
So I have a few snack boards or snack spreads in the book. And, it's my take on a cheese board. We love a cheese board with bread, but we also love extra things on there and just packing it on. So I talk about doing a Tulum snack spread, which is Mexican. It's a Mexican spread where it's snacky, but really you could make it a whole meal if you wanted to. So I give you recipes for some homemade salsas, a really fun guacamole, a queso dip that is out of this world. But all of them are really simple. And so you can make these simple recipes and create this beautiful presentation for a party.
I love it. And I know with COVID, we might not be having big parties, but even just with our own family, it's fun to still do the cute stuff or yummy stuff, really.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think those cute things sometimes can be that exciting meal that gets you out of that weeknight rut or something fun to cook with the family on the weekend. It doesn't have to be saved for a party. And I think that's the beauty about being in a pandemic and being quarantined is we're really saying, I still want food to be fun. I still want it to be beautiful and to enjoy that time.
Yeah, absolutely. And now another thing that you have in this book is you have really pretty and like they look like gourmet meals, but they look like they're not really that hard to make. So tell us about some of your dinner meals that you have in your book.
Thanks. It's true. I really wanted to make flavor forward meals and globally inspired meals that could be made on a Wednesday night. So one of those is this golden curry, and it's got chicken meatballs in it. It's really easy to make this Thai inspired curry with spices in your cupboard. You've got chicken breasts in the freezer, make these chicken meatballs. So those are the types of meals where I'm saying, hey, you've probably got these in your pantry, and here's how to make it really exciting on a Wednesday.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love curry myself, so that recipe looks really good. I haven't tried that one yet, but I also really like your desserts in there, and you have a really cool vanilla cupcake recipe in there. And actually, my 11-year-old son, he decided to help me out and test out your recipes, and so he made us. There he is. That's my guy right there.
Look how cute.
He made us that fun vanilla cupcake recipe, and so. Even kids can do it. And I love it. I love how easy your recipes are. And so, with New Year's resolutions, some of us, I know for me, for sure, I'm thinking I want to cook more because something actual food and not hot dogs or, not that I do hot dogs a lot, but something different. So you actually started cooking with your mom, right?
I did. I grew up cooking with my mom and an easy bake oven. I was definitely that kid that liked to cook, liked to be in the kitchen. And, I've taken that to heart is mom was making a dinner every night for us. And it was a beautiful dinner, a main dish with a side dish. And there was always variety. And so it's hard to cook that way day after day, night after night for a family. So I have an entire chapter in the book called Weeknight Routines, where you can make one recipe and you can kind of create different menus and different main dishes out of that so that you're not in that rut. You know, it's have a rotisserie chicken and make some chicken pozole soup one night and another night make a biscuit sandwich. Or, you know, I think have this marinade that you know can work for chicken and pork, whatever you have in the freezer, you know how to make it and you get a variety of meals. So I've really tried to think about, hey, how are people cooking at home? What is going to help them? And what's beautiful and exciting, like you said, it looks good, but can I make that? I really wanted to make these accessible, and they are.
Yeah.
They're easy.
They are. They're really easy, and
Good.
they are so unique too. And I think that was something that I really loved about your cookbook too, is, you know, when I look up online and I look to find like easy recipes, I might go on Pinterest to find some, which you're also on Pinterest, by the way. I love that. And they're kind of the same old, but not your recipes. Like you said, you pick up a chicken and now you've got that cooked and you've got 3 meals for it. So I love that. So I'd love to know, what is one of your favorite dinner recipes?
Oh, let's see. Dinner. I probably mentioned it. It was definitely that curry, but I've got a few. And one of them is this chicken pozole soup. And it is really easy, but man, it's packed with flavor and it's so comforting. I think definitely right now in the middle of winter, we want comforting food that is, you know, delicious, and the kids will like it. Everyone will love it. One of the other ones that I really love, oh, look, let me get it in the camera, is this buttery lemon salmon with herbs. And then I've paired it with a cucumber salad. And not only is it rich and delicious, but it's light and something nice for if you're starting the new year, you know, with a new diet. Some of those are my favorites, but really, I can't pick a favorite because I really love all of the recipes in the book.
Yeah, they're great. And, you know, something that I thought was really interesting about you is, so you've been a food editor and you've worked for Martha Stewart. I'm curious, what did you do with Martha Stewart?
So look at me, I look much younger, but I was a food editor at Martha Stewart magazine. And that was my first job out of college. And it was a job that I had to work for. So I started as an intern and worked my way up to editor. And it was a great experience. I was able to develop and cook recipes that went into the magazine. I was able to cook with Martha on TV, on her TV shows. And so I was just a part of creating the food for that company and the recipes that you made out of the magazine.
That's awesome. And you cooked on a lot of shows too. And even recently you cooked with Drew Barrymore, right?
I did. Isn't that fun? She's a doll and she has a new show, obviously, and she loves to cook. And we made some Thanksgiving leftovers. It was delicious.
That's so
But
fun.
yeah, it's been fun. I've been able to cook on the Food Network and cook on the Martha Stewart Show, the Today Show, Hallmark Food and Family, lots of fun places.
Yeah, I love that. And so I got to ask you, if somebody's goal for New Year's is just to really start cooking in general, because I think a lot of working professionals, perhaps they don't cook much, you know? So what would you say are some basics? Because in the beginning of your book, you talk about some of the basics. So what would you recommend for people that are getting started?
That's a great question. And you're right. I have a chapter at the beginning of the book called New Pantry Staples. And I think that leads into what, you know, you're asking that I can share is I think our pantries look different than maybe our mother's pantries did. You know, it was butter, flour, eggs, a can of soup. But I think our pantries are full of sauces, curry paste, capers, jams, different flavors, different rices, different beans. And how fun to be able to use all those things that are accessible at the grocery store and create that usable pantry, that usable kitchen. And honestly, I would encourage somebody to open my book and see what inspires them if they want to start cooking more. But there are definitely, if I flip through, you know, make a soup, make let's see, make a pureed butternut squash soup. Like this. Oh, I can't even find it, Melissa. It's right here. It's somewhere in here.
That sandwich looked really good too.
Oh, yes, and it's easy. You can make a biscuit, an easy baking powder biscuit, and roasted chicken. I've got recipes in the book for a simple lasagna with pesto in between the layers. And really, all of the recipes are simple enough to start. And I loved that your son was cooking some of the recipes. It's so true. Get the kids involved. They're easy to follow. I really wrote the recipes, so it's like I'm right there with you in the kitchen.
Yeah, yeah. And I have to say, so my son starts off young, and he started off cooking with me when he was really little, and now he cooks more than me. So
that's awesome. That is a testament. Every parent out there is like, how do I do that? I want my kid to make me dinner.
Yeah. Well, and your book is great for them because it is simple for them to follow. So, well, thank you so much for being here with me, Sarah.
Such a pleasure. Thanks, Melissa.
And thank you all for joining us on the Book Break. We'll see you next time.